Hello again. Increasingly these days, most of us realise that there are some subjects in the modern world which must never be mentioned, not if we wish to be regarded as a normal, sane, and well balanced citizen. Talk too much about immigration, for instance, and a lot of people will start eyeing you suspiciously and moving away from you a little in case you turn out to be a dangerous crank or far right rabble rouser. Instead of speaking out loud about that particular topic, you're better off hanging something in your window to indicate where you stand. No, you fools, I don't mean a Protestant George or a Union Jack. I was thinking rather of a poster saying, refugees welcome here, or thank God for immigrants, that kind of thing. In this way, any passerby will know at once that you are a sensible, well adjusted, and right thinking individual. Another thing to avoid mentioning is, of course, Islam. That is a terrible red flag for those on the lookout for the kind of fanatic who is liable to set fire to a hotel. Best keep off the subject entirely, even if it is staring you in the face and blood is flying up the walls. You know it makes sense. We saw a fine instance of this yesterday when a teenage boy at a school in the London borough of Brent went mad with a can of pepper spray and a large knife, injuring two boys seriously while crying Allahu Akbar. Counter-terrorism police are handling the investigation. Allow me to quote from the BBC report on the incident, a link to which I give in the description to this video. Home Secretary Shabana Mahmood said her thoughts and prayers were with the two pupils. Mayor of London, Sir Sadiq Khan, urged anyone with information to contact the police. Mohammed Butt, leader of Brent Council, said the double stabbing was deeply shocking and distressing. Now, of course, some of us might observe some kind of pattern here, which links both the affirmation of faith shouted by the boy who carried out the attack and also the Home Secretary, Mayor of London, and leader of the local council. Can you guess what it is? Best not do so, because this is, of course, a prime example of what I said earlier about what not to talk about in Britain these days. We must instead maintain the pretense that the fact that all three of the political figures quoted share the same faith as the teenager who embarked on this stabbing spree. Of course, most of us could hazard a shrewd guess as to things such as skin colour and also home background of the youth, but all else apart, the matter is sub judice and therefore best not to talk of overmuch anyway. Every day now we see incidents reported in the news which have obvious implications and are clearly connected to things like immigration, Islam, and so on. But connecting the lines is something hardly any of us will do out loud and in public. The consequences of being thought of as a mad right winger can be very serious. Social disapproval can be the least of our concerns because being too open in discussing this kind of thing can lead to losing one's job, having children taken into care, and even being arrested and sent to prison. Most people know this and find it better policy to remain silent, and who can blame them? I hope that viewers of this channel will not be upset or offended by my speaking in a plain way about such things. It seems to me that fresh air and sunshine are very much needed on this subject.